Every day we come here and talk about these things and talk about the tendencies of Wike. Wike, I'm sorry to say, represents all that is bad in our democracy.
The truth needs to be told. Honestly, let's call a spade a spade. I don't know why people are still hailing Wike, romancing his ego for all this nonsense that he has been doing in this country called Nigeria. My people, enough is enough, honestly. Like this man here really said, like the minds of many Nigerians when it comes to Wike. Wike is doing too much, my people. Wike is doing too much. Indeed, he represents everything that is bad when it comes to democracy. They say that Tinubu is the epitome of democracy. And he is the one that appointed this Wike as a minister of FCT. And look at what is happening, my people. People are now calling on Tinubu that Tinubu should remove Wike, that Wike will digress him, this and that. My people, hey, I don't think that that one will ever happen in this country called Nigeria. And the worst part, like the painful truth about this whole brouhaha is that as Wike said that come 2027, that they're going to unseat the senator of FCT. It's going to happen. Like, it's going to happen. Even in the future, if Wike said that he's going to be the president of Nigeria, it's going to happen because there is nothing like democracy when it comes to Nigeria. Look at what happened in the 2023 election. Even those that Wike used in order to manipulate the election in the River State, they have come out and said that it is Wike that even sent them to do what they did in the River State. And if it is in the same country, Wike is supposed to be in prison right now. But look at him bragging everywhere, threatening everybody, causing wahala all over the place. Like River State is not even enough for him. Now he have started in the FCT. And some Nigerians, they're even dancing shamelessly with him in the public, hailing him. Even the time that he made that nonsense statement concerning the senator of FCT, they are clapping for him, my people. This is so painful, honestly. My people, let me allow you guys to watch this video, this interview in full, because this man really said a lot of things and he really said the minds of many Nigerians.
Rivalry, you typically think Rivers, but now it's FCT. What do you make of the rivalry, would seem, or the chaos happening between him and Ireti Kingibe?
What I make of it is, it simply explains Wike's cantankerous nature and inability to function in a group unless he is the only one who is making all the rules, and every other person must kowtow to whatever he wants. You see, this fight with Ireti Kingibe, and don't forget, Ireti is the elected representative of the people. She is the senator, the only senator that we have in the Federal Capital Territory. Wike, for crying out loud, is an appointee of the president. He's a minister. He's an appointee of the president. Kingibe is responsible as the senator to the people. So this issue of Wike Rivers, Wike Abuja, and sheer hubris, we will unseat you. As at the last time I checked, Wike still has one vote. If this is a democracy, and Wike does not vote in the Federal Capital Territory, Wike has his destiny in Rivers State.
Yes.
Obiabo, to be precise. He has no vote, no single vote in the Federal Capital Territory. And who is he to boast that he will unseat Ireti Kingibe? Where are the people in Abuja? Where are the electorate in Abuja that should decide in a democracy who gets what, who is elected and who is not elected? Every day we come here and talk about these things and talk about the tendencies of Wike. Wike, I'm sorry to say, represents all that is bad in our democracy. All that is bad in our democracy. This is not a dictatorship. This is the same thing he did in Rivers State, why he went out of his way to tell us, to boast that he bought forms for everybody, from the governor to the
Assembly members.
Everybody. This is not. Wike represents the ugliest face of Nigeria's democracy. The president should rein him in. The president should rein him in. Because, you know, he thinks he's all and all. This is not democracy, for crying out loud. This is not.
When you say the president should rein him in, how does that work? You know, and if Mr. President doesn't, what does that say to you?
How that works is that he's an appointee of the president. And therefore, the president should be held accountable for what his appointees do. He is a minister. And must respect. If he I doubt if Wike respects even the president that he claims to be serving. Because there are things you do, and you know you are bringing bad name to the government you say you are defending. That is what Wike does. And if the president does not rein him in, it then means that Wike will continue on this trajectory. And that does not speak well of President of President Bola Tinubu. Because people say he is a quintessential Democrat. He is an epitome of whatever it takes to function in a democracy.
I'm sorry, Olive. Are there political benefits that Mr. President might get from Nyesom Wike?
And, you know, as a follow-up to that question, still on that front page, Shehu Sani had said he had warned President Bola Tinubu to avoid nepotism when making appointments. So do you think that maybe there was some element of nepotism? I think that sort of is in relation to the question he's just asked.
Wike's asset, and why I think President Bola Tinubu appointed him, was, of course, the role he played with G5 governors and the magic he did in Rivers State. Look, let's be real. The elections in Rivers State in 2023 were the most rigged in this country. And it is on record. Even foreign reporters, BBC and others, had a very good analysis of what happened in Rivers State. So Wike used, look, this man, even if we don't go by any other report, this man said he bought forms for everybody and made sure that all of them won elections. He even stopped other political parties from even going out there to campaign.
All right.
That is not democracy.
Let's hear from someone calling from Abuja. Mr. Onyeka is calling from Abuja. Good morning. Thanks for calling. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Please go ahead with your comment.
That is not democracy.
Can you please turn down the volume of your TV set before you calling to aid our conversation?
Okay, I should turn on the television.
All right. Please, if you would like to have you call us back, but turn down the volume of your TV set before you call again. Thank you. Now, we talked about Nyesom Wike's part. Let's talk about Ireti King-Igwe and how she has fared. The argument he did say to her that, I mean, he said, what has she done that she's criticizing him, that what bills has she sponsored to support education and the health sector? So how would you say that, you know, she has fared so far as senator of the FCT? And does she have some blame in maybe how she has been marginalized?
I don't think that the Abuja people are complaining about how Ireti King-Igwe is representing them. If you know Wike well, Wike wants to dominate any environment he finds himself. And that is what he is doing. Ireti King-Igwe was elected to represent the people of Abuja. And therefore, what needs to be done, what Ireti said that provoked Wike? He said, look, there must be some capacity building.
Right.
You must invest in what matters to the people. Okay, you are building roads, you are building bridges like you did in River State. But go to River State and find out, despite the so-called Mr. Project.
Yeah.
They're not
All
very
right.
pleased.
All right, hold on. Onyeka, good morning. Welcome once again.
Hello?
Morning, go
Good
ahead.
morning, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. I completely agree with the speaker that is in your studio. Honestly, this week menace is getting out of hand. Not like this, your guest in the studio is saying. Mr. Tinubu should rein him in. This is unfortunate. Not like he has said. An appointee of the Mr. President, a minister who just has one vote, assuming the voting time comes in 2027, is straighting a sitting senator that was elected under Labour Party. I'm a member of the Labour Party. We voted that woman. So I do not think we can have all this, except with the shenanigans of the APC that we all know has been happening. Look at, just like your guest said, Mr. Project, all the projects in River State and all the River Bridge and everything, is an avenue to siphon money. People, the grassroots that are thrown in River State have never been affected by Mr. Project. If you go to River State and go through various routes in the hinterlands nothing has happened. That's the truth. Now, the same thing in Abuja is for their, to propagate their way to siphon more money. Mr. Project of Abuja again is the same thing. You understand? People living in the hinterlands in Abuja, different areas in Abuja, Lugbe, Karu, very many places. It's not touching those areas. It's the same painting of the roads, doing some other bridges, so that they can collect money. That's my position. So, Mr. President, APC should call this man to order. He has no power except in the rigging machine in 2027 that APC will unseat a sitting governor of Labour Party in Abuja here, and that will not happen. We're on ground. We are the obedience, and I'm sincerely happy with your guest that is saying the truth. Thank you very much.
Before you end the call, very quickly, you put her in, but would you say that you're happy with how she has represented the people? That's Ireti Kingibe. Unfortunately, we lost the call.
I just also want to throw in, the video that we just aired, the FCT minister. I don't even think that represents the character. I mean, they can dance, no doubt, but these are not the type of things that Nigerians want to see. Nobody wants to see Yes on Weekend dancing.
But it's not today now. It's a normal thing.
I know.
I know. What's the name of that other man? That was an entertainer.
It just doesn't. It's not the type of thing that Nigerians would like to see at any time.
Also,
currently,
the truth is that there are some adjectives I don't want to use to qualify Yes on Weekend on television. But like I said earlier, the guy, for me, represents the ugliest face of Nigeria's
politics. All right.
Democracy.
Let's quickly have you speak on the bombing in Borno State and also the arms that the customs intercepted, about more than 800 rifles
up to the tune of 4 billion naira.
Yeah.
Wait, the bombing in Borno and of course the arms interception still confirms one thing. Nigeria, the security situation in Nigeria is still very, very poor. Insecurity, nobody has been able to tame insecurity. Sometimes I laugh when the federal government or people speaking for the federal government will tell you they have subdued Boko Haram, they have done this, they have done that, they are only now targeting soft targets.
Targets, yes.
But what makes these Borno bombings more scary is the fact that with all that we had dealt with the issue of
bombing. I apologize. Tony, good morning. Go ahead. Quickly, please.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Very quickly, please.
Okay, thank you. I want to comment on Wike's issue. We have a lot of Wike that is politicians.
the character that Wike is playing, if you come down to different states, we have a lot of them. And that shows you how weak our electoral system is. We see politicians bragging, doing all these things, and at the end, what they say will happen is a sign of telling you that the electoral system we have in the country is not functioning very well. And to me, it's quite unfortunate. Completely quite. Watch it on 2027. What Wike say will happen in Abuja. Watch it. It will happen because of the kind of electoral system that we have. Thank you and good morning.
Let's go ahead.
So we have real security issues in this country. And you know how porous our borders are, that arms, small arms, are being brought in every day.
Yes.
Honestly, sir, I don't know how we're going to solve the problem of insecurity in this country. But the truth of the matter is that we are not denting this issue of insecurity. It continues to, you think you have solved one area. I used to, I've traveled to Polka, to Goza. I was in Maiduguri for about 2 weeks after the killing of the Boko Haram leader in those days, Mohammed.
Yes.
And I know how bad some of these things are. To imagine that in the year 2024, that we still have suicide bombers, women strapping themselves with bombs and going to die. What are they fed with? Because it takes a whole insanity for any human being to go there and commit suicide, literally. What is the promise? That you're going to go to heaven, or that God ordered you to do that? So the point I'm trying to make is that we've not also dealt with the indoctrination that leads to somebody.
I mean, there's also the possibility that these are some of the people that have been kidnapped that are then used as suicide bombers. You know, and nobody really knows who this woman was or where she was coming from. But, you know, there's no doubt whatsoever that we still are in a very, very big mess. You know, and, you know, the question you asked earlier, you know, how do we deal with insecurity in the country? Everyone keeps saying political will, political will, political will, but I don't know that there's any other answer. It has to be a government that truly is ready to actually deal with it, and that includes fixing the issues with our porous borders, ensuring that, you know, service chiefs and IG of police and, you know, every other aspect that improves security, and that also includes the welfare of the people. Because if you are that poor that you can strap yourself with a suicide vest, there's what, more than 100 million people that are in that level.
The truth of the matter is that we have had politicians, particularly since 2015, when APC came to power, that have played more politics with insecurity than actually going out there to fight insecurity. And as long as, you know, and insecurity has also become a very big industry.
Absolutely.
For some people. There are people in this country who don't even want this to stop because they are making a whole lot of money, including those in government.
Yes.
So it is a hydra-headed monster that I doubt if we're going to get out of it.
I mean, every other day we're hearing about sponsors of terrorism, but we never get to see any arrest investigations being done. So we have a long way to go. Mr. Amechi, thank you so much for joining us for the newspapers.
Honestly, a lot is really happening in this country called Nigeria. And the painful part is that our so-called leaders, they don't even know where to start. They don't even know the solution. Like, they are all confused. And the Wike is causing wahala all over the place. My people, I don't know where we are heading to, honestly. That is the reason why in many parts of Nigeria now, they want to go on their way, because they have seen that before Nigeria can work, It is only by the grace of God, my people. So, my people, I hope you guys had everything they said in this particular show. Please, I would love you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section. And also, if today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.